Mr. President, we just had a phone conversation. And I'd like to start with the most sensitive topic about the tragedy that happened already then, during that first phone conversation. I apologized for the fact that the tragedy took place in the airspace of Russia and offered my condolences to the families. I'm ready to reiterate this apology once again. As we agreed, Russia assisted the investigation in every way we could. And as for the reasons of this tragedy, it was caused by a number of reasons. The first one is that there was three Ukrainian drones that crossed the Russian Federation's border at that time. During that night, the night of the tragedy. The second reason is the way air defense system worked in the missiles. They did not hit the plane correctly. They exploded a few meters from the plane, so it was damaged, but not with the munitions, not with the striking elements, but by the debris of the missile. That's why pilots thought that it was hit by a flock of birds. And then it was supposed to land in Makhachkala, but the pilot made a decision to land at another airport. Nevertheless, the fact is the fact. And the reasons of the tragedy, they've just explained after deep analysis, after thorough analysis of all the critical characteristics of what was happening then. But we discussed it back then. Of course, everything that's supposed to be done in such tragic events, we will do that. And of course, it is important to provide moral support for the families of the victims when such tragedies happen. But as I said, and as we agreed from the very beginning, it was important to provide an objective assessment of what had happened. It took some time to make the final analysis of what happened, to finish the investigation. But I just said what I was told before the meeting, and I asked about any additional detail, if there was anything to add to this analysis. So that's the first part that I wanted to say. And secondly, I would like to say that despite all this, our mutual interests coincide or are very close in many sectors. Of course, I'm speaking about trade and economic ties. Despite all the aspects related to this tragedy, as I said, and things that happened due to this, despite all this, the economic relations developed. Last year, I believe the growth was 6%, and it's even more this year, which it's a very good indicator. And we owe it to your attention to this topic. And we will discuss the humanitarian ties between our countries too. And we will do everything to keep up the same pace, the same rate. And we will discuss the regional situation, and we always closely coordinate our actions on the international platforms, and I hope we will continue with our bilateral relations as well. And we never forget that our relations are of the allied nature, and we will do everything to implement all our obligations on our part. Thank you very much, Mr. President. Thank you for this opportunity to meet with you. As you mentioned before this meeting, we had a phone conversation, and I would like to seize this opportunity to wish you happy birthday once again, to wish you all the best and your family all the best. And of course, we are especially grateful for this detailed information that you provided us with regarding that incident last December when Azerbaijan Airlines airplane crashed. We maintained contact like on that tragic day. And I was on my way to St. Petersburg. From the plane, we had a phone conversation. Back then, you expressed your condolences, and I asked you to convey it to our counterparts, to our colleagues who were going to that summit. I said that I would not be able to participate in that summit, and thank you for keeping this situation under your personal control. We exchanged opinions, exchanged views on that situation, and we had no doubt that the investigation would be objective. So once again, I would like to express our gratitude for speaking about this during our meeting here. And as you mentioned, not only trade and economic ties are growing stronger, but our relations across the board. This year, our relations were developing successfully, as you mentioned. The mutual trade is growing at a good pace. So there is no slowing down. We are implementing all our projects that we have successfully. And the Intergovernmental Commission is working, and the co-chairs of this commission, during the meeting, they discussed various matters, not only matters of trade or economic nature. And it's a good opportunity to discuss the agenda, which is quite extended. It's quite positive. So once again, thank you for the information, and I'm sure the message that the signal that we